Alright, now that the prequels are done, now I can talk about what you guys want me to talk about with Star Wars. And that is the original trilogy. Here we go. What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the start to one of the greatest movie trilogies of all time and the greatest, most popular movie franchises of all time. It's going to be Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, which is technically the first Star Wars movie that came out in 1977, directed by George Lucas, the man who created Star Wars, and it stars Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader, Alec Guinness, Kenny Baker, and Anthony Daniels. If you've been keeping up with my Star Wars series of reviews, I'm reviewing all of the theatrically released Star Wars movies, not the Clone Wars movie, leading up to Episode 8, The Last Jedi, coming out in December. And they're all going to be spoiler-filled, so if you've not seen Star Wars, you need to do yourself a favor and watch all of them leading up to The Last Jedi. So let's talk about A New Hope. So in Star Wars A New Hope, we're introduced to a character named Luke Skywalker, played by the legendary Mark Hamill. And Luke Skywalker wants to become a Jedi. He lives on his home planet of Tatooine with his Uncle Owen and his aunt, until the day a man named Obi-Wan Kenobi finds him, played by the legendary Alec Guinness, and he wants to teach Luke the ways of the Force. Because the Empire is on the Rebels' tail, and mainly the Empire, Darth Vader, voiced by James Earl Jones, this badass, evil Sith Lord, is out to try to find the Death Star plans, and they want to blow up the Rebel base, and so Luke learns the ways of the Force, and he gets along some new friends, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, and C-3PO and R2-D2. And so, they gotta blow up the Death Star, and it has a weakness. Now, Star Wars, as we know, is iconic because of the 70s. When this came out, this was humongous. I mean, it was selling out box office records. It was the highest grossing movie of the 70s. Star Wars was just a popular name, and it's because of the start of this movie. I don't even have to tell you guys, this movie's amazing, I love it, and let's just get straight into the positives. First, we gotta talk about the performances. First, Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker was absolutely fantastic. Luke's one of the greatest movie heroes of all time. He's just a character to relate to, and he is kind of whiny, just like Anakin, except he's more likable. And Mark Hamill was great. Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, who was very hot back in the 70s, but it's very sad to rewatch it knowing that she's passed, and she was fantastic as Princess Leia. But of course, you got to talk about one of my favorites, Han Solo, Harrison Ford, so charismatic, perfect movie character, you gotta love Han Solo. And Chewbacca, of course. C-3PO and R2-D2 are great droid characters. Anthony Daniels and Kenny Baker, they're great comedic reliefs, and they do help out in a lot of ways. The action sequences in A New Hope are amazing. I mean, the opening crawl to this movie is iconic, and then we get the opening shot of the Star Destroyer chasing after that pod. It's one of the greatest, most mind-blowing opening scenes in cinematic history, and it sounds amazing today. Yeah, it does kind of look dated, but it still looks amazing to me. If you watch it in Blu-ray, oh man, it's a great experience. The story and the script to this movie is really fantastic. George Lucas did write the screenplay as well as direct it. I thought he did a great job directing the first movie, and the story and the character interactions are perfect. These characters are amazing and memorable. So many iconic lines, you know, Han and Greedo, Han shot first scene is so iconic. The cantina scene is iconic. Use the Force, Luke. Everything about the script you're gonna remember every time you watch Star Wars. And that's always something to praise. This came out in the 70s, and it's over 40 years old, and everyone still is collecting Star Wars toys. I mean, I just bought a Darth Vader pop, and this movie came out in the 70s. Like, Star Wars is just amazing and iconic, and just the legacy that George Lucas has created If Star Wars wasn't made, then where would film be? As far as the negatives, it's only one thing, and it's just the rewatchability when it comes to the HD quality. It does look dated. It looked a lot better in the 70s, but that's honestly not really a gripe because it still looks great. But I'm talking about the action sequences. Some of the visual effects look kind of iffy, but still, I like it. In the end, guys, this movie's absolutely fantastic. Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope is one of the best movies ever made. I love this movie. It's my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time. The characters are amazing. Please, please, if you've not seen Star Wars, watch it. You're gonna absolutely love it. On my rating scale, I'm gonna give Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope a 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely. Alright guys, that was my review for Episode 4, A New Hope. Stay tuned to next month. Finally, I'm going to be talking about my favorite movie of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. Look out for that review. It's going to be a great one. Also, if you guys want to check out my other Star Wars review series, the playlist link is in the description and on my channel. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this review. And if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below, as well as a link to my Patreon page. And be sure to click that notification bell on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!